Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are fine. I'm doing great here by God's grace. So today I've come up with a very healthy recipe, and that is Ragi Ada A. Ragi is a millet which is full of nutritious and has a very high iron value. So if you consume that at least once in a week or twice, it is really good for the health. So this is urud dal, or you can say urina mava. So I have taken 1 glass of urud dal, and these are the ingredients that is required to be mixed up with the urud dal. So urud dal is required for softening, and it plays a very important role to get a soft adai. So here I have used 2 onions, a small piece of ginger, green chilli, as well as curry leaves. You have to chop it into a very small piece, or you can put it into a chopper also. Now these are the ingredients for chutney. I have used groundnut and little garlic and tamarind, coconut and red chilli. So this will be a chutney for the ade, and you don't have to temper the chutney because for ade you use the chutney which is very thick in consistency. So this is what it will be, and you grind it all together, put the salt and grind it together, and this is how it looks. So in Malayalam we call it as chamandi also. So this is the urud dal. I have taken 1 cup of urud dal. Night itself I soaked it. Morning I grind it, and I have added very little water for grinding, and then I added all the mixture that I have cut it into it, and then I have added ragi powder which I had. So ragi powder, what I did is I brought 2-3 kg of ragi, and I always powder and keep it, so that whenever I want to make dosa, ragi dosa or ragi ade or ragi kuri, I use this. So here I have first taken 4 to 5 tablespoons. So this spoon of mine is much larger than a tablespoon. So this is the bigger spoon actually. It's not even a tablespoon, bigger than a tablespoon. So first you can see I will be adding 4 to 5 tablespoon, but later on also I required more powder. So approximately I think I have added 7 to 8 tablespoon. Now with the clean hand, and at last I have added coriander leaves also, because that you didn't see me cutting it. So I've added that later on, and added salt, and you have to clean your hands and mix it with your hand. Do not use spatula or spoon for this. So now the mixing consistency, you can see it well. I have not added any water. The water that I have added into the urud dal for grinding, that water alone will do. So no need of adding extra water. In the whole process, I have not added any water. Instead, I have added more of ragi powder. Now here you can also add 1 spoon of rice flour, or if you don't have rice flour, you can add 1 spoon of rava also for crispiness. But I didn't add any of them. I just added the ragi flour into it. See, now it is sticking. This shouldn't be the consistency. It should be little more thick. So see, I have, this is what I said. I have added little more powder. Approximately it should be 8 tablespoon. And it's not a tablespoon, it's more than, little bit more than a tablespoon. Yeah, when you will mix it, it will stick in your hands. Always see to it that you wind it up at the end of the vessel, Now see, again I am checking the consistency. See, again it is sticking in my hands. So it's not done. So you will have to add little more flour to it. Now here, as I mentioned before, you can add a spoon of rice flour also. So here again I'll be adding 2 more tablespoon of ragi flour. So this is the spoon I had mentioned before, which is little bit bigger than the normal tablespoon. So I added 2 more tablespoon of that, and now I got the correct consistency. Now you can see it has come to a correct round shape and it is not sticking in my hand too. So this is how the dough has to be kneaded. Then the dough I will be flattening on a banana leaf. So this is how I store my banana leaf. I usually keep it in a newspaper and keep it in the fridge. So whenever you want, you can use it. But this storage, you can it will last for almost 5 to 6 days, not more than that. Now itself, you can see in the sides it has come out as a brown, but inside it is still perfect. So the banana leaf I'm using to flatten it. You can even use a plastic cover, or you can use a milk cover if you have. Just cut it into two and use it. So this is the method of flattening it. Near you have to keep a vessel of water, drinking water. It shouldn't be tap water, because you will be dipping your hands on the water and then you will be making it as a roll. Now there are many methods of flattening it. So I'm not, the first method, I'm not using any oil into it. So here actually I'm showing whatever I've taken, the water, the ragi flour and the leaf. So you have to dip your hands in how I have done and then take a big round of dough and then just flatten it with your hands. So to flatten it, you have to dip your hand in the water, otherwise you will not be able to flatten, or else you will need oil to flatten it. And then just put it on the hot tawa. The tawa should be already hot, and only if it is properly heated up, then only you can directly put it on the tawa and just take the leaf as it is. Just keep changing the sides, and once you feel it is crispy outside, just increase the heat and remove it from the pan. That's it. Now the second method is, if you want the ragi ada to be very thin, so I am adding little water into the leaf. Here there is a chance of sticking the ragi flour sticking on the leaf. So before, you can see I didn't add any water. Now here I will be adding water so that I can make it very thin. See here, there is a chance of sticking, but you will get it thin. Slowly you have to take it, or just wait for the ragi to be heated up. In this way, slowly you should take out. And then flip on the both the side. Once it is done, just remove it. Now one more method is where you are putting oil. So here I'll be applying oil, and then just spread it with your hands, and again take a ball of dough and just flatten it. So here my hands, I have applied oil in my hands also. Again the same method, put it onto the tawa, hot tawa, and just remove it. So like how I am doing, you have to remove very slowly. You should be very sober with handling the ada. Just slowly you have to take it out, and that's it. Again flip it on both the sides, and you are done. And now this is the last method on how to flatten it. You can directly put it on the tawa, and you put your hands on the water, and then just flatten it in this way. This is one of the method, but here you will not get a thin one, you will get a thicker version of ada. So mostly in my house they like a thinner version, that's why we usually do it in banana leaf. If you don't have a banana leaf, there is no problem, you can use the milk cover as well as plastic cover too. That's it, flip it on both the sides. See, you can see the ragi how thick it is. Put oil, do not forget to add oil. I have used groundnut oil, but if you make it in sesame oil, it will be very good in taste. So do try my recipe, and please send your valuable feedback. Do subscribe and like the channel if you liked it, and meet up in the next vlog. Until then, bye.